Hi. So this is going to be a bit of a different video to what I normally do. I thought I'd just try and share some of my knowledge and what I've learned. Equally, this is going to be different for people. Bearing in mind, this is the size of the controller and this is the size of my hand. So I have got big hands and I predominantly use the Pro controller, like it's my main controller for Steam and for Switch, if I can help it. Things like Mario Kart, I actually use a cheaper controller. I've got like an even smash because I don't want to ruin. I'm aware that these Pro controllers can drift. Mine has never drifted, and I don't think it will, touch wood. But I've had some cheaper controllers that have drifted through Smash and through Mario Kart. So for that, I've got a cheaper PowerA controller, just so it's got twitchy games left and right on the left stick. So if it's gonna get drift, then that can get it. But touch wood, that one's been good as well. So I recommend those. But anyway. This was going to be on using the motion controls for the very first time on the Switch and getting used to it. And I thought to most people won't have a Pro controller, and so the closest they're going to have for the motion controls is the Joy-Cons. And I've never used these really, other than very first in the Breath of the Wild, for motion. And the main motion control game on the Nintendo Switch, and it's fantastic once you get the grips with it, I'll just say that now, is Splatoon 2. They've just announced Splatoon 3, and it's going to pique people's interests, I'm sure. I've not played this for a long time, but it's been one of my favourite games on the Nintendo Switch. I poured probably the most time in it. Yeah, 375 hours I have in the game. It's easily my most played game. Fantastic game to get into. I understand it's not for everybody. Now, with sticks, I've been a stick player until I came across this game, and it's no different. You can play with sticks. It's just in these settings, motion controls off, and I play inverted, so down is up, up is down, and I have the sensitivity on full, which I would recommend in such a fast-paced game like this. Obviously, go with what you're used to. I forgot we can switch our gun. It's probably best to start with the splatter shot here, isn't it? And so you're locked. The screen is locked. It's all down to what you do on the joystick. And I'll be honest, actually, I didn't do too bad when I first had this, but I definitely got trampled a lot when I first came into the game. But you can actually get by. When I first played it, for about the first 40 hours, I played with sticks. And I had an absolute blast, because the game is to paint, it's not really to kill. But you will notice there are some extremely good players in this. And they're only good by one reason, and I was very... Or people watching this might be as well. I was very anti-motion controls, because I couldn't do it. I tried it in Luigi's Mansion, and it hadn't gone well for me. I couldn't do it, and there was no stick option. Well, no, sorry, there was no inverted option in that game. And so you were left with the stock controls of motion, and I couldn't do it. At least tried, but it was very difficult. And I got Splatoon 2, and I nearly sold this because, I couldn't use the motion controls. And I went and got, which is free, I went and downloaded Warface. I'm not going to go there today. I have videos on my channel of me playing Warface. And it's a free game. Oh, hang on, hang on, that's handheld up. And it's a free-to-play game, and the motion controls are on from standard. And there's a character in that called the SED, and he's got a minigun. And you don't need to aim down the sights or anything, you just need to use the motion and aim up and down, left and right, and use the stick as well. You could use all the side of the stick, and I got used to it playing that game, which was really fun. And then brought me up when I was just on the tip of, right, I can start getting used to. I have to think about it. You have to think, oh, I have to do this, tilt it up to look up, or tilt it down. I think it is inverted in the motion controls, which is why people might struggle. Because I'm an inverted player, so yeah, actually no, it's not. So yeah, tilting down. Tilting forward looks down and tilting back looks up. So I guess you can say it is inverted, but anyway. I thought I'd play with this. I really wouldn't recommend these straight away. For my first pickup, playing with these Joy-Cons, these live on my Switch in dock mode. Unless I take it portable, which I rarely do at the minute because of the lockdown. Then they just live on my Switch. I use the Pro controller, as I say. But I thought I would use these just to put you in the mind of this is probably what you've got. and they're not good, basically. You're not going to probably get used to motion controls with this setup. The left and right for a start is very weak. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring myself up to the camera and I'll show you what I'm actually having to do in order to get the aim to actually go. I don't actually watch it myself, so this would be interesting for me. But let's get myself in a position with the camera. It might not be focused. I need to reset it. So you can reset the gyro with Y. But the main thing you have in this game when you have the motion controls on is it's left and right you can still use on the stick, but you have to use up and down. I use these controls on the Steam, on the PC, and any game that offers motion controls, I have them turned on because I've actually, it's improved my gameplay so much now. I thought I was already pretty good with sticks, but now you got to bear in mind I've not actually played this game in months, but I do use motion controls all the time, so the inputs you put in are quite minimal. And it's only recent on games I've started doing the left and right, but if you're just new, do not focus on the left and right. Just focus on the up and down, because that's all you need. And then focus on flicking this left stick. Again, I have the sensitivity on the highest setting. I think I played on 4, which is one down from the highest setting for a little while. Now, this isn't bad. If you have small hands and something like the Pro Controller is too big for you, then that's probably, you probably will get used to it with this, but it's not far off. I feel it's a little bit less sensitive. The rumble's exactly the same, but I feel it's a little bit less sensitive. Anyway, I thought we would... Can we turn this off now? I don't know how we turn these off. I'll just pull them out. That probably won't make a difference. What about if I put them... Right, I'll put them back on the Switch. This is one way to get rid of them, isn't it? There we go, and it will do that. And then I'll press the... Oh. Press the Pro Controller. It is nice that you can change controllers like this. And so then we'll go to the Pro Controller. Oh no, instantly this is far more comfortable. These are worth the money, big time. I bought cheap ones, I bought the fake ones. They drift and they break. They're dodgy, don't bother, don't waste your money. Go and get a real Nintendo official brand new Pro Controller. Saying that, this one's second hand. But yeah, instantly the gyro is way more sensitive. Just even up and down, it's way more responsive. The control sticks are way more comfortable. You can accuracy. We're saying that's actually probably, yeah, it feels like the yaw's a bit more accurate in it. Hang on, it's hard to hold this in front of. Let's move there. Move it back a bit. Trying to get more comfortable with my hands because you do have to be sort of stable when you do this. Shall we go around the corner and do some of that as well? I guess we're not aiming up around the corner, are we? I'm focusing more on saying than I'm actually shooting, but I imagine my autopilot gets the idea across. But I basically give it a go. Give it a go. It's only practice makes perfect. It took me a long time to use them, but you can see it in the players, particularly in this game, that once you get used to them, they're like second nature. And now I can't really play without them. They're so good. They've made my reaction speed so much better. Things like charges, they're probably not as good. It says I'm going off target there. But for close range and medium combat, they're absolutely amazing. But the inputs you put in, say you've got to have almost a controller free floating. I know a lot of people might be used to having the controller on their legs or on their lap or something. I have now my controller sort of floating in front of me when I play games, and I've gotten used to that. Just so you have got this sort of range of movement. But yeah, I just thought I'd do this brief video. These, I love these, as I say, on Steam. Apex Legends, I've been enjoying them on. Even like Gears of War. Been good fun on that. Rainbow Six Siege, they've been really good for that as well. But this is the game that really got me into them and is predominantly known for motion controls. And you can see I'm getting in a rhythm now with it. Always used to come in here and warm up. Yeah, well, Junior here. Oh, good lord. Use this gun as well. This gun is awesome. This is like this is your first gun in the game, and it's probably the best gun in the game. There's a reason a lot of pros use this. It's a fantastic gun. Anyway, no, that's brilliant. I thought I'll just leave that there, really. There's not much else I really want to say without going into too much details, and I've already made it about 10 minutes long, so that's about that. But no, just stick at it. I say, if you're really struggling, you like your first-person shooters like Call of Duty, go and get Warface. There's basically, you don't have to play against people online. It's free. I don't think you even need Nintendo Online to play it online. You can just go and download it. And you can do what I did, and it's called PvE. It's player versus environment, and it will put you into matchmaking with other people, but they'll be on your team, and you go against bots and do little missions. And as I say, I use the SED class. You don't need to aim down sight. All you have to do is just wave the controller about and move left and right and try not to get killed, and boom, you can... I think I put the sensitivity on 5 for the motion controls in that game, and it was just like this in Splatoon on probably being about 5. Yeah, it's great. Absolutely great. But I can understand at first it's very awkward. The control is not stable. You'll be doing what I'm doing, and if you reset the controller, so if you move it about a bit and then you end up looking in a different position, the middle, so now it is, if you look, the middle is now that. Now default positioning is now me looking up like that. And you're moving forward and it's looking up, and you think what to do. Usually you have a reset button. In a game like this that you can't look up and down to reset the gyro, Y is a reset and it'll instantly bring the camera back into the middle. What I kind of suggest is you generally get used to it by having the control in just one place, and if it does get out of line, you just press that Y. But some people, I'd imagine, sometimes I actually have the controller aimed a bit down. You might have noticed in that little clip I showed you up to the camera there that I actually have it aimed a bit down, and so if I need to aim up, I can do it quite quickly. But sometimes, even like with Apex, if I do long motion aimings, like so I aim from like almost over here to over here, I've twisted the control around, so I'm now doing that. And so if I now bring it back to normal, it's going to do the exact opposite and flip back round. And so it's getting used to just having that effect that essentially your controller is now a mouse, is the way to think about it. It's a bit weird at first, but no, I fully support anyone that wants to give it a go, because it's hard, but it took me about a week or so to really get used to it, and then after that I've absolutely fallen in love with it. And you will find you'll start kicking some serious ass, because you'll be aiming quicker than most people can, because it's just almost basically a flick of the wrist, as the saying goes. Like not even that sometimes. And right now I get more used to aiming left and right with the gyro, but that is only something that I've sort of started doing at the end, or more recently. At the beginning it was just up and down. So yeah, no, I'm repeating myself, so I'll leave it there. Be able to edit this up and try not to waffle so much. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and give it a favourite and all that. And please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Bye.